In a few short weeks, I'll be setting out on my attempt to walk from Georgia to Maine on the Appalachian Trail. But first, I have to test out my new gear, remember old skills, and get as in shape as possible. So today and tomorrow, I'll be hiking O'Bannon Woods, Indiana. What a morning. First, I had to get everything packed up for the first time because I washed my sleeping bag last night. Big mistake. Try to avoid that if possible. This is my first time having everything in my new backpack. I wanted to come when it'd be cold so I could test my cold weather gear. And I have to get used to the conditions that are going to be on the trail, so tough luck for me. It's already 12 o'clock, which I'm not super pumped about, but it's the best I could do. Always hard getting ready the first time. I'm doing the Adventure Trail, which is about 25 miles long. It's a loop. Water is scarce to find, but I'm bringing 2 whole liters and my filter in case I find some. Plus, in 9 miles, there's going to be a water fountain, and then like 10 miles after that, maybe I stashed a whole gallon of water. I'm sure I'll be all right. Look at this, the sun came out. And not even 5 minutes into using this new backpack, I invented a way to carry my trekking poles when I need to use my hands to do something like braid my hair. You just kind of squish in your belly and stick the handles right here. Hey, it's pretty handy if you need your hands open. I'm so happy to be here. The sun came out just in time to feel like it was welcoming me to the trail. So glad to finally get going on this. Maybe some antique farming equipment. Very nice. Very impressed with the trail already. Well, as happy as I was to be here, now I'm kind of frustrated because I took a wrong turn. That sign says end of disabled hunter trail, so that's not the adventure trail. Also, I realized that I haven't seen any of the white and green blazes I'm supposed to be following for a while. So, really hope I'm not just wasting more time. Here we go. It was back at this bridge I was supposed to turn to the left, and I just kept going straight. Okay, not a big deal. Definitely a pretty place to hike. We're definitely climbing a little bit, but my training paid off. It's not actually taking that much out of me. Because I got such a late start, I'm already kind of behind. I do have food to sit down and eat a normal lunch, but instead I'm just eating the snacks in my pocket first and then going from there. I'm doing my new hands-free method, and I look like I have antennas or something. Alright, I'm merging out of the woods to the campground to fill up on water. So, if I would have stuck to the trail, I would have been about 9 miles in right now. I think that seems a bit high. I don't know. But anyway, let's see if this works. Odds are it's shut off for the winter, but I'm at least gonna try. Alright, well there's our answer. Now to try the bathroom. If that doesn't work, that might not be too good. Because I was counting on getting water here. Here's a question. Why are there so many volleyball net looking things in this place? If they were for horses, then that'd be a lot of horses all in one area. Locked. Okay, what now? All trails didn't really say specifically where the water was, and on this map it just shows water fountain symbol, and I know I'm right here in that little corner. So I'm thinking I'm just going to keep walking and try to filter some water. There's been creeks and stuff, so hopefully I'll find another one. I really like how in the east of the US you can be on a trail and see several different environments. You know, like now we're walking by this strippy bark cedar, and before it was more open. It felt like I don't know, that there was just more light around. Now it feels kind of dark because there's so many branches, but it's cool because, you know, you get to see so many zones. Like out west, I guess it's sort of the same thing, but I don't know. Especially if you're in a desert, it's like either the kind with saguaros or without, and red rock or without, and it stays that way the whole trail. But you just get a different vibe in different sections of the trail out this way. I can see what they mean about water being scarce. Although, I forgot to say earlier, I only drank 1 liter out of 2 that I'm carrying. So, it's not like a dire situation. I'll just have to be conservative tonight and tomorrow until I reach the water that I cached. There's some water down there. I'm not going down to get it, but I hear a waterfall. If the water is falling from somewhere up here, then going down there, you know, maybe I can fill up there. I'm laughing at myself because I was just walking along. Oh, there's a creek. Have to watch where I put my feet. Then I'm like, Maddie, this is something you've been looking for. It's a creek. Stop and fill up your water already. I've been watching so many AT videos lately. I saw this trick where you put a leaf so it kind of makes a spout for the water to come out and go right in your bottle. Oh, that's working so good. I think that's the shelter coming up. How cool is this? Wow, look at that view. Here we go. What does it look like inside? Looks like a mouse habitat right there. My old pack used to give me welts on my hip, like the skin would be raised and it would be very, very painful to touch. But with this, because there's 2 points, oh gosh, I'm not gonna show you now, but the hip belt is it's just more comfortable. Just go with me on that. All I really meant was my old pack had 1 strap to adjust on each side, and my new pack has 2, and I think that makes it more comfortable. It's supposed to get in 30 degrees tonight, so it will be chilly. Putting on rain pants to keep my legs warm, and to see how they fit, too. They're brand new. I think I might like a size bigger, but too late now. They're okay. Oh, here we go. Ugh. There were zippers on these pants the whole time. I made that a lot harder for myself than it needed to be. I've got a nice all black outfit going on. And then, paint cracks. Also, a new gear addition is an earth sack. Now, you can have a bare bag, that's just really any bag that you tie up in a tree, but I did that on the Superior hiking trail, and honestly, when I look back, I'm sure a lot of them weren't proper bear hangs, but in that moment, when you're tired, you want to go to bed, you've had a hard day, you just don't feel like searching the area for the perfect tree, and so a lot of times you end up slacking. This Velcro is like made of duct tape or something. I mean, it's as possible to unstick from itself as duct tape, not that it's like cheaply constructed. Woo! Well, we have a problem. Okay, rewind to when I was living in my van in like December. I had one of these that it was the same problem as I'm having now. When I screw it on, it doesn't make the hissing noise like it usually does, and when I turn this thing, you can't hear anything coming out. So, it could be that this brand of fuel is bad because the last one I had was also this. This is a brand new can, I just picked it up this morning, but maybe it's just the brand. Or, and I kind of think this is the more likely answer, is that this stove is just old and the screw inside that attaches it to the propane is just stripped and it can't get a good grasp on it, so it's not letting anything come out. That's how it was with the long rectangular stove I had in my van. I had to replace the arm that connected the propane to the rest of the stove. I don't know, but in the meantime I can set up my sleeping bag and stuff. Look at this pretty sunlight. Something else I'm trying new is a sleeping bag liner. It's this kind. It's supposed to add 14 degrees. Well, it doesn't add 14 degrees. It adds up to 14 degrees. And I'm wondering, is that going to be enough of a temperature difference to make it worth carrying something that big? I don't know. We will see. When I was on the John Muir Trail, also called Numapoyo, it was so miserably rainy. And it was really, really cold when the rain would go down between your backpack and your back. Whew. There's going to be an opening in the hood for your face, and then the water is going to go down your neck a little bit because the rain is raining sideways. But anyway, I really wish I had an umbrella. That's why I ordered it. Now I'm having second thoughts. But while I have it, oops, might as well use it as a windshield. Please, please, please work. Okay, one more time. It's working! No, don't die. Don't die on me, please. Okay, it's gone. I tightened it really hard. One more time. Even when I think I can't tighten it anymore, I just push it a millimeter more, and now there's a flame again. I don't think this is going to work for the whole cooking this. After another round of just twisting as hard as I possibly could again, now this time I have a normal size flame. Okay, I think I'm just gonna eat that. Too hungry. I've really had the best day, even though, like, all I really did was walk, and it wasn't particularly scenic other than those rock formations. Like, it's just been
It feels like my old self again, and it feels good. I am warm inside my sleeping bag. Whenever I have to get up, I am freezing and I don't even want to think about going outside. But I am nice and warm. I got to hang my backpack up, but I've already heard the mice getting into it. I think that's just going to have to be, it's just a reality that I'm going to have to face. It's been such a good day. I slept terribly. I dozed off a few times in the night, but for the most part I couldn't sleep. Just being somewhere new. I was actually pretty warm though, so that was good. I do think the sleeping bag liner helped. And I didn't set an alarm because I was like, I would rather sleep like 5 hours instead of 2. So now it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to be really late getting on the trail this morning, but that's okay. I'll live.
Let's see how the old Ursack did. Didn't show it last night because it was too dark, but you're supposed to do a double, not like the beginning of your shoes, I forget what it's called, and then a figure 8 back here. That looks like it went pretty good. It definitely doesn't look like anything tried to get into it, so okay. This is another shelter, chimney shelter, and I've gone about 4 miles. But I need to go like 12 miles today, and it's already been 3 hours, so I am going slow as heck. I think I have a lot of muscle buildup. I'm definitely not starting from scratch. I just need to get into the mental zone of hiking. Not hiking like you would walk down the street, but at a pace where you're like, push, 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 keep going, keep faster, hurry, hurry, hurry. Yesterday I was thinking how I feel more like myself out here. And then I was like, well, what does that mean? How was I not myself, a few days ago when I was just in a house not hiking? And today I'm thinking that what I mean is I design my life around to be in situations like this. If you're new to this channel, hi, I'm Maddie. Thank you so much for stopping by. But my life is like going on adventures, living in a van, staying in hotels, camping in tents. In between all those, I stay with family members. The reason being back in my hometown is so hard is really a lot of things, but I see people in a situation where they have their own home, or they have an apartment. They have a space they get to call their own. And I know probably most of you watching right now have a house or apartment that you live in, and you're thinking, well, it's not that great, but the grass is always greener. I think no matter what situation you're in, you always wish something was a little different. You had something that you don't have. I've been thinking a lot how jealousy and competition is kind of a survival instinct. Because, for example, back in caveman times, like say you and your tribe always hunted birds, but the tribe over across the mountain from you hunts woolly mammoths. And you see them, they're not as hungry as you. They have food stored up. They get to make clothes out of the fur, the wool. But, and so then you go back to your tribe and be like, hey, guys, I think we should start hunting mammoths. They're doing it. We can too. And, you know, it's a survival instinct. You always want better for yourself, and that's to help us survive as a species. Now, with that knowledge, what's next? It kind of makes me think of when I travel by myself and, like, for example, I go see a big tourist attraction. There's groups of families, there's groups of friends, and I'm like, gee, I wish my friends and family could travel with me. Then, when I'm like living in my van and just going on hikes, I don't see as many groups of people, so I don't feel as lonely. It's kind of out of sight, out of mind. And I think that's why I feel a lot better here on the trail, where I'm like, yes, it's just me, and I can set up my tent, and I'm not thinking about, I wish I had a place to come home to at the end of the day. I'm taking a water break at Primitive Site. That's the name of the shelter. And so far, apparently, I've hiked about 3 miles in the past hour, according to the map. Anyway, what that tells me is that, 1, probably this isn't super accurate, and 2, probably I just haven't been reminded in a while how much of an effect the terrain has on your speed. That time I was going really slow, there was a lot of downed trees on the trail, there was a storm recently, so yeah, I just have to keep in mind, I'll get there when I get there, don't be too focused on miles per hour. I finally made it to this place where I hid this jug of water. And thank goodness, because I'm so looking forward to just drinking as much as I can gulp down instead of drinking drops out of this filter. That is one gear upgrade I still have yet to do. Well, I guess my new stove. I had to buy a new stove too. But I'm gonna try I don't know what they call it, a normal Sawyer instead of the mini Sawyer, a mega Sawyer maybe, maxi Sawyer. And I want that bigger Sawyer, even though it's one more ounce, I think. It's gonna put out water a lot faster. I've walked 8 miles today, and I have 5 or 6 more to go. Those dogs over there, if you can hear them, are barking. And these dogs are barking. It's 5 o'clock already. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad to be back and done with hiking for the day. My feet are killing me, my knees, my shoulders. That new backpack, I had really high hopes for it, but it's just not the miracle fix that I needed. It still rides up like my old pack, so I guess I still had to play with the adjustment more, so maybe things will change. I learned so much on this trip, though, from about my stove, especially at the end here. I remembered the speed you walk on a normal hike is really different from the speed you walk on a thru hike. When I was trying to walk that 5 miles at the end there, I was like, okay, think of a fast-paced song and sing it in your head and walk to the beat of that. And just keep pushing. And I got back at 7:20 instead of 7:30, so it helped a little bit at least. But now I need to go pick up that jug of water I left behind and go get some food. I'm so excited to keep preparing for the AT, and I really hope you keep following along. See ya!